Hey everybody, I'm back again with another video. This is my Apple Watch Nike Edition and Amazon cases and bands. So I finally broke down and bought an Apple Watch. I waited for the Series 2 because I don't generally purchase technology devices that are first gen. You generally get all the bugs worked out when you go second gen, and there's a lot more products available when you go second gen. Now I'm going to be reviewing some of the cases from Amazon on top of the Apple Watch. So breaking news, the Apple Watch is pretty much the best smartwatch you can get, at least right now. I got the space gray with the Volt color. Uh, it was one of the things that drew me to the watch. I really liked the design of the band. And the band is a lot lighter than I thought it was going to be, and a little bit thinner than I thought it was going to be. Um, I am going to be a little bit afraid of breaking it because it doesn't feel super sturdy. But then again, this is a smartwatch, not exactly a G-Shock watch. But as you can see, it's got all the basics. This is the OS 3. Which all Series 2 come with, so it's pretty snappy. I never had the Series 1 watch, so I have nothing to reference it other than other videos I've seen where people were complaining that it was a little bit laggy when it came to launching certain devices. But this one seems pretty snappy. I've had it for a couple of days now, and it works pretty good. Now, here I'm opening up my Spigen Apple Watch case. Now this case comes with a couple of screen protectors. I'm not really going to put those on. If the screen gets scratched, it's a watch. It's going to happen. But I'm more worried about it banging into things and hitting doors. So I got this nice thick speaking case. And the rugged armor actually looks pretty nice. It kind of has that G-Shock look to it. So let's take off the bands first because I don't believe you can put this case on with the bands on it already. So it's pretty easy to get the bands off. It was a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be just because the buttons feel kind of inset almost, and you really have to push them down in order to release it. But I'm sure that's just because I'm not used to it. Like I said, this was probably the second day I'd had the watch. Um, and I would recommend powering down the unit before you try putting on cases because it starts hitting all the buttons and trying to power itself down. Luckily, I wasn't smart enough to swipe those because if I would have swiped them, it would have either did an SOS or whatever. But I was pretty impressed with the fit and finish of it. It kind of looks like a G-Shock cover on it, so it kind of gives the watch a bulkier look to it, a little bit more meaty. Um, and I kind of like that. And then you still have access to the digital crown. You have that button, although I would have probably not used chrome. I probably would have went with like a textured look. And then the openings for the bands and for the back are nice and wide open. So you don't have any obstructions. The digital crown spins nicely. The button presses nicely. So I really like this cover, although to me, the bands are so thin that uh, I it almost overpowers it. So I would think that I'm going to probably get another set of bands when I wear this cover um, that are wider all the way through and a little bit thicker to give it more of a chunky look. And I'll probably wear that to the gym. And then when I'm uh, going out or whatever, I'll take all that stuff off and use it more in a dressy capacity. But it fits pretty nice, and the dark color goes nice with the dark band, and of course the lettering and the yellow greenish color in there go well with the screen with the exclusive Nike colors there. It's called Volt, I believe. So yeah, like I said, I'll probably go with a thicker band next time. And then you can scroll through and go to other watch faces if you want to, just like a regular Apple Watch. But I think that waiting for the Series 2 was the right way to go. So let's take off these bands now, and I want to try that clear case, because that would probably be the case that I would utilize for more dressy look or a little candy finish. Maybe I'll get one of the sports bands that have the really bright neon colors and go with the clear case for when I'm just like uh, casual. So the case comes off pretty easily. You got to remember to just, when you're putting on and off these cases, to start with the digital crown side when you're putting it on and start with the other side when you're taking it off. This one's made by Monoy or Monoy. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but this is also a Series 2 watch on Amazon, and it was $8.99. So I couldn't resist getting it because it was so darn cheap. Um, so I figured if it wasn't any good, who cares? It's just 8, 9 bucks. But in all actuality, even though it's a little tight putting on, I'm pretty sure because they probably didn't redesign this whole thing just for the Series 2. They So it has to stretch because the Series 2 watch is about a millimeter thicker than the older watch, is what I got from websites and other videos. So I think that it's got to be a little bit tight to fit either series, because it is actually rated for the Series 1 and the Series 2. And it fits nice in the back. It's popping out nice, so you can get that heart rate sensor. And then, as you can see, there's two cutouts for the two mics on the Series 2. And of course, a speaker cutout too. And it has plenty of room for the bands again. So I'm really liking that. And it kind of gives it less of a chunky fill. So it keeps it more true to the Apple original design, which I like. So let's try it on with the Nike band first. And the reason I like the Nike bands also is because they're bright yellow in the back. So you can always tell the orientation of the band really quickly, since the black is the front and the really bright yellow green is in the back. So that looks kind of cool. That's more of a not so much a hardcore working out look as a casual look. Wear a pair of shorts and a t-shirt, go out, and I think that looks pretty nice, especially for $8.99. That, I don't think you can beat that compared to some of the more expensive covers. So now let's try this uh, metal. So I went with a space gray bracelet that is made by Oittm. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right either, but it's 42 millimeter stainless steel. It's got the double clasp in the back. It's pretty nice. It was fully wrapped in plastic, and it's only $24.99 on Amazon. Now, Amazon or nobody's paying me for these. These are just ones that I thought looked kind of nice and were the right price to me. I saw some more expensive ones. I saw some cheaper ones. And some of the more expensive ones looked cool too. But I don't feel like paying 80, 90, 100, 200 bucks for a watch band. Uh, if anything, I'm going to get the adapter so I can use any bands, and probably use some of the bands off my other watches I have. So the metal one slips in pretty nicely too. Goes in, and I'm trying it on just with the clear one because that one has the least amount of impact as far as looks wise. Not really sure it would look all that great with the big rugged armor on there, but I think it looks pretty nice. I would either wear it with this case, or if I felt like it's not gonna get all scratched up, I might wear it without the case. But I'll have to adjust it, and it does give you the tool to pull the pins and take out the sections of band to shorten it up there, because this band comes pretty thick. So if you got fat wrists or big wrists, it's probably going to fit you right out of the box. But my wrists are not huge, so as you can see, it easily goes over my wrist and fits on my arm, no problem. So I'm going to have to take out a few of the links, but I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so final thoughts time. The Apple Watch Nike Edition is cool. It's just like other Apple Watches, but you get the exclusive colors and the exclusive band, which makes it an easy choice for me at least. The cases from Amazon are great buys. You don't need to buy it from Apple unless you want the name. Apple Watch bands and cases are top notch. I'm sure of that, but they are very expensive. I hope you found this video informational, and thanks for watching. If you'd like, you can comment, like, or subscribe. Thanks for watching.